Hey, what's up, family? This is Chief Kalanago with another video. Family, it's been a long day thus far. The day started off great as usual, but I had to go to Queens, and I'm in Brooklyn, so it was like about I would say maybe an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, on the train. So I had to go, deal with a citation, paper genocide in effect. You know what I'm saying? But I decided to take the train because trying to drive and then all the traffic and then parking. So I decided to take the train, right? So got to the train station, waiting on the train. A young sister, is coming to the turnstile. Now, for those of you who are not from New York and are not familiar with the train system, they have what's called a turnstile, where you pay your fare or you swipe your fare. It's a card, and then you go through the turnstile. Now, brothers always down there hustling, trying to sell fares at, at discount rates. Hey, I don't knock nobody's hustle. Times are hard. The system is making it hard for our people, so you got to eat, right? So I'm not condoning what they're doing, but you know what? They got to do what they got to do. So I respect it. So the brother, he asked me, hey, I'm going to give you a Metro card for blah, blah, blah. I say, I'm good, brother. I got mine. Thank you. So I paid my fare, got in. Then, it's like I said, a sister was coming through, right? And he asked her if she, hey, would you like me to swipe you for $2 or whatever? Because the fare is $2.75. So, she was rude. You know what I'm saying? So the brother was like, well, hey, you ain't got to be that rude. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to ask you if you need a discount. So she took offense to that and she cursed the brother out, you know, and the brother didn't respond. He reacted by calling her a bitch. And then she came back, well, your mother is a bitch. And it was going back and forth. So I said, brother, why she got to be a bitch? And my sister, why, why the disrespect? Why his mother got to, get involved? You know what I mean? And, but, it was just so disheartening to see the hate and animosity that a lot of our people have for each other. It was really disheartening. And I got on the train and it got me thinking, and it put me in a somber mood, because my spirits was up. I was getting ready to go deal with the citation, you know what I mean? And it just kind of got me down a little bit. So anyway, I said, okay, you know what, Chief, just refocus. You got to go handle your business. You need to be in the right state of mind right now. Okay, so I'm on the train. Everybody looking at me because me, wherever I go, I'm always repping who I am. I'm always repping my ancestors. I'm always repping my indigenous, side of me. So when I got to one of the stops called Franklin, right? Atlantic Avenue was the next stop. And then this lady, you see, that's why it's not good to judge, because I saw a lady sitting directly opposite me, right? And she was asking somebody for directions, asking them if the train go to Atlantic Avenue. And maybe the person had the headphones, or they wasn't like paying attention, so they didn't hear her. So I said, yes, ma'am, this train, it does go to Atlantic Avenue, and Atlantic Avenue is the next stop. And she said, thank you, right? So she's sitting across. Now, she looked Asian. That's why I said it's not good to judge people by their looks and the color and the hue of their skin, right? So with that being said, she looked at me. She said, I like your headpiece. I like your, I like your do. I said, well, thank you, but it's part of my culture. So she said, she said, and then all of a sudden, family, this was so real. Okay, it got me emotional. And I always talk about emotions and all that, but it was of joy. You know, um, that experience took me to a place of bliss. And what I mean by that is, it was just again so humbling. She said, she said, you're a native Indian. You know? Now, I know people have the concept of native Indian in their mind as somebody who looks European with long hair, but she didn't see that. She didn't see that. She said, you know what? You are native Indian. You are the real Indian. And she said, you know what? I just want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for allowing us to come into your country. Now, family, I'm in awe because I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this. Okay. And she said, so I said, she came and she shook my hand. She came and she shook my hand and she started bowing down. And I said, no, sis, it's okay. It's all right. And then she said, I just want to thank you. And I said, okay, you know what? Is it okay if I videotape what you were saying about, me being, the Indian? And again, family, I didn't record this, you know, because of my ego. I recorded it because there was a message in there. There was a message that I needed to take to the world, to my people. And she said it's not a problem. And so I videotaped it. And the clip that you're gonna see, that is the clip of what she was saying. Okay?
I'm Murad Muhammad. I'm an immigrant from Egypt. I thank you, the Native American Indians, for allowing us to come to their land. You are the real owners. We thank you, everybody, all immigrants. We owe you everything nice. You saved my life. You saved my family, my grandchildren. And Muslims, we are not savages. We are not killers. We want to live in peace, and we are living in hell back home. So I thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Native Americans. I love
Thank you.
sir.
I appreciate it. Love you too. Thank you. All right, take care. All right. All right, so you've seen the clip. All right. And again, family, it was so humbling. It was so humbling because the lady literally got in tears. The lady was crying. She said that, I know, this is your land. And my family, my grandchildren owe it all to you. Thank you for welcoming us. And now they're trying, they want to kick us out. Muslims are not bad people. And by the way, she's from Egypt. And we just want to thank you for opening up your arms, letting us into your land. And family, I mean, apart from that, and she said that, nobody's fighting for us, so please fight for us. And I'm gonna keep it real. you know a reaction was coming out of me. And the reaction was, well, can I ask you a question? That's what I'm saying in my head. Why do you want me to fight for you? Why wasn't anybody fighting for us before Trump? But you know what? The ancestors said no. The ancestors told me no. It's not about that. That's not the message here. Just be humble. Be humble and show love. You know? And it's okay. I said it's all right. At the ending of the day, we are all one people. But yes, thank you for realizing that this is my land. And family, again, mm, mm, mm. The lady got down on her knees, and bowing to me. And I'm people are in the train looking at me. I mean, I felt a little bit embarrassed at first, but I said no. Embrace your moment. And again, not to be egotistical. I was really humble. The lady got on her knees and took my hand and kissed my hand, you know, and said, you know what? Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I love you. And thank you for allowing us, people who are not from here, you know what I'm saying, to come into your land. And she bowed and she kissed my hand. And I'm trying to get her up, but she didn't want to get up. And I finally stood up and picked her up. And then I gave her an embrace. And then she left. And, when I looked down at I stopped, when I looked down at my phone, the time was exactly 12:22. And I just said, thank you. I just said, thank you to my ancestors. Because when I was about to ask the lady or tell her, well, you want me to fight for you, but who's been fighting for us? My ancestors told me, listen, we are here fighting for you. And you are here fighting for us. And family, I'm gonna keep it real. Tears started coming down my eyes on the train and people watching me. But you know what? I didn't care. I didn't care. Because it was just it was so real. I didn't want to prevent myself from experiencing that feeling. And then after she left, everybody on the train was just looking and smiling, and people was getting off the train. They were saying, goodbye, you know. And when I got to I had to transfer to the number 7 train. When I transferred, I actually ran into another individual, which was a Caucasian male, and he came up to me and he started talking. He was a lawyer. I never thought he would have been. Again, don't judge people. He went to Harvard and or Yale, one of them. I think Harvard Law School and St. John's, whatever. But he started telling me about some of the history. And I said, do you? I mean, I actually was trying to ask him if I could record it, and he said yes. But then the train station was so loud when I played it over, I couldn't hear anything that he was saying. But the good thing about it is, I did ask him for his card, and I said, "Is it okay that I come interview you? Because I need that knowledge. I need to put it out there." And he said, "Sure." And he gave me his card, and I took his card and I left. But here's the interesting thing: the citation, I got it a few weeks ago. And I thought it was actually today, because I'm looking at the date, and in my mind, I'm saying that it was today because I saw today's date on the citation. When I got to the place, okay, the first thing they came in to say, it was a ticket for for traveling, but they said I was driving, right? So anyway, they first thing, as soon as I walked in, the energy in there, it was just so vampirish. First thing was, well, are you here to plead guilty? Are you here to pay? Are you here to settle? I say, no, I'm here to dispute it, actually. But then when they looked at the ticket, they said, well, sir, it's the wrong date. It's actually tomorrow. So I said, okay, is it possible, because I live all the way in Brooklyn, is it possible to see somebody to talk about this? So they sent me to another room. Anyway, long story short, they said, well, I could deal with the ticket today if I want to, or I could come back tomorrow, but it's going to be a longer wait now because I wasn't scheduled for today. So I said, you know what? I'll just leave and come back tomorrow, because the purpose of me leaving my home today, it was manifested. I mean, it did take me almost 2 hours to get to Queens and 2 hours to get home. But that alone, that moment that I shared with that lady, was priceless. It was priceless. I can't even put a price on that, because the way it made me feel on the inside, that moment of bliss, that connection I felt with my ancestors, like I felt them saying, we are pleased with what you are doing. You are representing us. You haven't turned your back on us. And don't worry, we are here fighting with you, because you are here fighting for us. And family, it is bittersweet for me, because you know why? The majority of our people don't know who they are. They don't know who they are, and they are literally slapping our ancestors in their faces. But what they don't realize is this: our ancestors, my ancestors, are here working on my behalf and our behalf. And I'm not sure if you ever heard of games. When you play certain games, there's something called a trump card. A trump card. And Trump is your trump card. You don't realize it, but Trump is a gift and a curse. A gift to the indigenous people who are indigenous to the Americas, and a curse to those who actually came here to our land thinking it's their land. So if y'all don't realize, to wake up and realize what's happening, it's our ancestors that's really at work right there. But a lot of you have eyes but you can't see, and you have ears but you can't hear. I come here every single day bringing it to you with love, so that you could get a true understanding of who you truly are. Who you are. You see, I know that my roots are here in this land, and I am fighting for mine. You see, that young lady knew that I am the landlord of the Americas, not them. And again, not trying to be egotistical, but truth is truth. And truth don't need to be disguised or fabricated or sheltered. Okay? And like I said, I stepped out in my nature, in my natural self. and my light shone. My light was shining because everybody who looked at me had a smile on their face. Everybody who looked at me was saying hi. You know, and I'm talking about all different ethnicities. For some reason, whatever Trump is doing, you see, they are starting to realize who the true indigenous people are of the Americas. So y'all could get caught up in your emotions and don't realize what's going on. But again, those who have eyes, let them see. And those who have ears, let them hear. Family, again, I'm asking you to support the GoFundMe. The link is below. Show your appreciation because I love you. And in the video, you will hear me tell the lady, I appreciate you. And even after she said what she said, I did think about my response. But because her energy was so pure and the love that she had in her was so pure, I didn't have a choice, but I had to eat it up. So I appreciate it. And it was a beautiful feeling because I felt connected to her. I felt connected to my ancestors, you know? So again, family, I love you guys. This is Chief Kalanago with another video. And spread the love. Wake up, family, and realize who you are. If you are indigenous to the Americas, then this is your land. No, we are indigenous to the Americas. This is our land. Once again, be aware of that conscious community. They are agents, and they will put in place to keep you distracted and get you lost and take you away from your birthright. Mark my words for it. I love y'all. Peace.